Hello. Link to the Past Randomizer fans. I hope you are doing well this Sunday. It's also Mother's Day, so if that's a thing that you celebrate, please say your mom hi. I know my mom's watching, so hi, Mom. I'm Karaoke, and I am joined by Norse Maddie today in this Group A Key Sanity match between BigDunka and ChelseyxLynn. How you doing today, Norse Maddie?
I am doing great. Looking forward to this race.
Yeah, yet another key sanity for me. I know there's been a lot of those. It feels like there's been a lot of those popping up, even though the draws for the different modes have been kind of weighted. And I know that our runners have been quote-unquote enjoying their time looking for extra items. You know, the keys are all scattered about. Now, this key sanity mode is a little bit modified, as in the Ganon's Tower big key and the Agahnim, the Castle Tower keys, will be within their own dungeon, so no GT big key hunt in the overworld, just in its own dungeon this time.
Yeah, everything else, though, is shuffled and could be anywhere. Also, a quick note about this group. With a win today, BigDunka will clinch a spot in the bracket stage that follows these groups, whereas a win for Chelsea would make this a very chaotic group indeed. And there we get started with a small key to Ganon's Tower in Link's house.
Both runners taking a standard sort of insanity route here and going up to the escape area, both going in that front area there to get the few items starting out. Now, are we hoping for a lot of keys up front or a lot of progression up front? What's your flavor?
I think I would prefer the items themselves. Although the keys can be sometimes a little bit harder to track down towards the end, so maybe I should amend that. Nice to get some bombs out of the sanctuary, so that we can go into Kakariko and have at least enough to complete our bomb checks.
Yeah, there have been some instances where you either run out of bombs and have to get money to buy bombs, or you just kind of leave those places and have to come back later, and neither feels good. Even the crabs have bombs today if you want a few more bombs.
Yeah, BigDunka should be set there, going up and checking Lumberjack. Just 50 rupees, won't need to kill Agahnim to get that item at least. Whereas Chelsea skipped these the bush crabs and the lumberjack check, so does find more bombs. So both of them will be just fine, bomb-wise anyway.
Yeah, depending on routing, they might need to use some of those bombs in the mini Moldorm cave down south, since that's the only weapon they have so far are those little exploding roundy boys.
BigDunka not even interested in that red boomerang up there. It's not a required item for sure. It could be nice sometimes, especially if you want to check the stun prize. Alright, so we got the Moon Pearl here in the back of Thieves Town. The only other item of any note would be the map to Dark Palace. Because of the maps being shuffled, we don't know to begin with, which dungeons will be crystals and which will be pendants. If we have the map, though, we can check that out in the map check screen. And the mirror, the glove, and the cape, and the big key to Tower Hera all here in the well. So if we do go to Tower Hera with like the hookshot, we won't necessarily have to be skipping the logic to get to the top and kill Moldorm.
Oh, gotta love a flute right in Kakariko, so you can just, stop right over at the statue and get your free travel right away without having to make a stop later back in this area. And Chelsey's gonna do that right away.
Yeah, starting flute could save a bit of time. Well, not starting flute, but very early flute. Save a lot of time throughout the seed in terms of traveling. Just gets you to a lot of places quicker than walking.
Alright, are boots required?
Maybe. If we do get the boots, we'll probably want to cut back for that bow. But we'll see. And a map on race game, not interested in going and getting that.
Really need that.
A lot of time for something that may or may not end up being useful at all. So Chelsey's going to take that glove and go drop down to the back of escape here, while BigDunka's going to use the flute to get to Ice Rod Cave very quickly. Check that out.
Picking up a bottle there after we finish the rest of Kakariko. Of course, that is always how it is.
Yeah, luckily we have the flute, so getting back to Kakariko isn't nearly as bad as it is without. And in fact, Chelsey is going to go right back and turn in that bottle. Why not?
Nothing important, just a smidgen of love from the sick kid today. Chelsey's gonna go around and do the South Shore checks now, using that flute to great use.
Lee's going to do the dam here. With only 2 bombs, if she doesn't find more, she's probably not going to be able to complete Mini Moldorm Cave.
Choosing instead to go over to the Eastern Palace area and check out that location for a few more items. Probably visiting our good friend Shasrala and seeing what's in the back of his closet today.
Yeah, and he can also tell us what our green pendant is, so we'll get that information.
Swamp green.
and the small key to Swamp. So the moment we learn that Swamp Palace is a pendant dungeon, we also get the one item that can make it the trickiest to access. Both of them are using that flute to great effect to fly all over the place and track down these checks. Now BigDunka's in the mountain, rescuing the old man, using bombs to try to help guide his path. While Chelsey is going to do some of the water checks with the fake flipper.
Ooh, that technically makes 2 big keys locked behind flippers, as the one was in the waterfall cave for Dark Palace, and there's another one sitting on Zora ledge there. So I wonder where we're gonna find them flip-flops today.
Yeah, Chelsey also really no way to pull off the Ancilla there to get down to that get that big key. So just have to take a note of it, just like the bow. Remember all these items that are sitting there, and you have to come back and get them when you get the item that allows you to do it. Alright, Mitt's here in Spec Rock Cave. We still don't have a weapon, but other than bombs. But we can get to the Dark World. Chelsey ends up just a bomb short there in Mini Moldorm Cave.
Yeah, unfortunately, Mini Moldorms aren't affected by the boomerang. They can be killed by the hookshot. They don't get frozen by the hookshot, they get killed instead, but boomerang does nothing to them, unfortunately.
This season's been pretty stingy with rupees as well. We just saw BigDunka get the bottle merchant checked. I don't think Chelsey still has yet to do. Get another pot small, so he has 2 now.
Chelsey gonna give a second attempt at the Mini Moldorm Cave now that she bought that 10-pack of bombs. And then probably gonna head to the mountain after this bit's done.
This Mini Moldorm is not behaving.
She's like, please stand still and let me bomb you. You have hearts inside that I will not pick up, but more importantly, you open the door for me.
Well, we got a desert small, but nothing else really to write home about there in Mini Moldorm Cave.
BigDunka being really careful around those enemies as he walks around the Skullwoods area. You know, 4 hearts, green mail. It's very risky being in the Dark World this early on, and you don't have any weapon protection to knock things out of the way with. And also no boomerang on his side, so can't even just stun them to get them out of the way. Yeah, Skullwood's not having much other than the book, which gives us front end and desert access. Needs to get in that door.
Yeah, we can get a few things in desert, especially if we go and get that small key out of Mini Moldorm Cave before going there.
And this feels really early in the seed for a North Dark World check, taking that loop around and checking Bumper Cave, seeing that there's nothing there worth going back for, and the Graveyard Ledge here, coming up soon. But not really like the seed has given much direction in general as it comes to kind of where is your best bet to follow the logic. Chelsea dipping into Eastern Palace and getting what she can from here.
Yeah, not really a bad idea to go into Eastern early in a key sanity seed. You need both that. You need the bow and the Eastern Big to complete it, but everything else is, freely available at the very start of the game. So there's a decent chance that there's something useful in these first few checks here. Only the last one where the vanilla big key chest is locked by a lamp, but Chelsea is probably going to go ahead and do that one here as well. All right, BigDunka pulling the fire rod out of the front of Thieves Town. We still can't get to Mothula without a sword, but once we get that sword, we'll be able to get back there and kill it, even if it's not logical, because you do need to have all 3 Skullwood small keys to make it logical, but there is really no reason to wait for that.
Chelsea down to half a heart there, getting in the middle of those anti-fairies to get the button, but just to get a compass from that last chest there before having to leave Eastern. Nothing else to do there right now. You're gonna get that mountain trip now. Okay, buying a key from the bottle vendor first. Another dark palace key. Just some dirty bombs from the dig game today. Come on, come on. Where's our first weapon? We're 20 minutes in. I don't like this. I don't count the fire rod because it takes a lot of magic, even if we have half magic too.
Yeah, we could kill most things with that, but eventually we'll run out of magic. With the mitts and the mirror here, BigDunka will be able to get a lot of these South Dark World checks done, including the Smith's Chain. We won't be able to do hammer pigs yet, but pretty much everything else, including Bombo Step, we'll be able to check. Although without Master Sword, of course, we won't be able to get whatever items there on that tablet.
Of course, I'm sure our runners would much prefer to wait until they have boots along with the hammer to do the hammer pegs checks. It just feels so satisfying.
So Chelsea gonna get the mitts here. We'll see if she decides to just take these and leave, or if she decides to go ahead and go into Tower of Hera. Looks like no. Same decision that BigDunka made earlier. Alright, that is the third pod small for BigDunka and the fourth that we've seen overall. I think Chelsea has one that she got from Eastern Palace, I think it was, which is one of the things that BigDunka has not done. She also has the big key to pod, haven't found that in Waterfall Cave Breaking Logic to get that, so Pod could end up looking very attracted to her by that point. You know, no bow or hammer, but a lot of items that will be still accessible, even without either of those.
Once again, the cave formerly known as Hype does not deliver. Chelsea taking an invisible death there in the transition. I don't know, I think maybe got hit by a fireball or something. Luckily I had that fairy, because she wasn't exactly done just yet checking the last couple of chests in the front here.
Yeah, the Zizak there could sometimes hide under the overhang and catch you by surprise. Oh, we have red crystals at Hera and Skullwoods. We also know that Pod is a pendant. Quite a bit of map information there. So still trying to figure out where we need to go to open this thing up. Very stingy opening to the seed.
Yeah, it's been a tough nut to crack trying to figure out where it's wanting you to go. I'm feeling a lot of like possible multi dips into places in this seed overall. Just because nothing is popping up anywhere. Oh, this is satisfying. Just burn the Moldorms.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, I had mentioned Pod earlier. It's not actually in logic at all to get there. So I think that the only places that they really haven't been that they can get to are Desert Palace and Tower of Hera, which they definitely cannot complete either one of them without some sort of weapon like a sword or a hammer. But there truly isn't much else. Oh, there's the Maya area as well here.
Yeah, one more sort of overworld places to look before we start having to, you know, break the common rules of chips and double dip things. Bombos for Meyer. Haven't found any medallions yet either, so who knows where those might be lurking today.
Yeah, someone in chat pointing out we haven't seen the front of Escape either. Well, probably because the weapon situation hasn't been great, but definitely could be something in there. Only one item is actually in logic because we don't have a small key to Hyrule Castle, or well, actually we have the Fire Rod, so Dark Cross would be in logic as well.
I love that having quick swap on kind of lets you see, almost in some cases, the next step that the player's going to do when they're checking these dungeons, and they swap to the mirror before checking that last chest or so they know, oh, they're probably going to leave right after they find this, unless they find something, that'll let them clear this area.
That is another Posmol. That's 5 already that are out here in the world.
Alright, BigDunka taking chat suggestion. I guess you send him some energy, some thought, waves or something to go to front of Escape and check out what's left in there. Rather, the rest of Escape, not the front of it. We already did the front of it. Come on, game, give us something. We don't need the rupees right now. I mean, we still want 500 eventually when we get our flippers. Or, you know, want to walk around Zora and have to come back around later, but not right now. Give us a sword, please.
Yeah, we are still waiting for the vast majority of our unique items here. Nothing back here in the front of Escape. Maybe Dark Cross will have something. Chelsea is going to try to pull off the current jump here to get across. Everyone has there's a few different ways of getting the timing down. It's a nice job by Chelsea. Oh, but the
Hugged by the... I don't know what the proper name for that enemy is, but I call him the bomb-throwing ogre. Just wanted to congratulate her for getting that jump so much. Gives her a big old hug.
Yeah, the Hinox, I believe it is. Do a lot of damage with Green Mail, and both of our runners still only at 4 hearts. Despite the fact we haven't found many items of note, we also haven't found very many hearts.
No, everything it seems to be very like compass and bomb loaded in the this first half hour of this seed. Lots of compasses, lots of random small keys, a lot of pod small keys, and a lot of bomb packs and small rupee packs as well.
Yeah, we haven't gotten a lot of bang for our buck on the checks that we made so far. So now I believe Dunka is going to head up to Tower of Hera. Oh, well, does die there. Not a terrible death. Because he's got the fairy as well. Would have been able to start right back at the mountain, which exit right there when he died.
Might have wanted to save that fairy just because we have so low health, but oh well. Yeah, there really isn't much left for stuff that they can get through most of at this point, so I think Hera's the best play at this stage of the game.
Yeah, question in the chat, does the Castle Tower chest have dungeon key? Yes, it is guaranteed that both of the chests in the Castle Tower, Aga Tower will be the small keys to the dungeon. Just something that was put in for this mode in particular. And having not picked up that boomerang at the very beginning of the seed, this is what BigDunka is forced to do to switch these switches here. Oh, and there is the sword. 33 minutes in, basically. Get our first weapon.
Yeah, feeling like that, getting the mirror and whatnot was kind of pointing you this way if the sword was up here. That feels like the logic of what the seed wanted you to do was to pop over here, get a weapon before exploring all those other easier accessed short check places.
Yeah, both the flute and the mirror were in Kakariko Village, so this was available very, very early. There is also a red cane there. Then the big key to Hera was also very early. I forget exactly where that was. Might have been in Kakariko as well. Yeah, so with that sword, we can go up and take care of Moldorm, although Moldorm is going to have something to say about that. Fighter sword Moldorm, not the funnest. Another compass is the prize for the trouble, but more importantly, we get our first crystal of the seed. We've completed everything in Tower except for the basement. We don't have the small key. Can't do it. So, probably hoping that small key never shows up, because we don't want to have to come back and do that.
No, not at all. Let's just not think about that right now.
So BigDunka is now going to, with that sword, having beaten Moldorm, is going to take it immediately over to Skull Woods and take on Mothula, which is actually our other 5/6 crystal that, if we had logical access to it, would allow us to open up Pyramid Fairy. I think there's a way to get there without having beat Naga or have the hammer to get through the hammer pegs or anything like that. We'll see if oh yeah, Skullwood's small key there in the bridge chest. Great location for that Skullwood small.
At least with half magic, you can do a ton of fire rod shots to Mothula, so even with just the one sword and not too much health, it's doable. It's gonna be very, very dancy. Just trying to dodge everything and not die. Let's see how it goes. I trust Dunka. Alright, only 2 hits. I call that a very good pass. And all for a map.
Nicely done. Tells us what the prize is in Desert Palace. But that's 2 crystals down.
Oh yeah, I guess we can go read that thing that everybody viewing loves so much.
It's the other boomerang.
Totally necessary, right? Right?
Absolutely. Definitely gonna come back for that. Alright, let's see. Alright, so Dunka's gonna stay in logic here and go ahead and dip the first bit of Eastern Palace. Isn't going to find too much. But he is going to get the money that he needs for what I believe is the only other logical check that is available, and that would be Zora.
Chelsea, meanwhile, doing those parts of the Dark World delivery quests, returning the blacksmith. I'm going to pick up the purple chest that Duncan did earlier. Running on half heart right now. I'm getting nervous. Come on, Seed. Give us some love, both in the progression sense and the giving the players extra health bar sense, please. "40 minutes in and still very, very dry when it comes to anything."
Yeah, unless I'm forgetting something, Zora is going to have the item that is going to open things up a bit more for us.
Chelsea made a stop up that area to pick up, a free sample and also a blue potion, but not continuing over to Zora just yet. Doesn't have the money either now at this point from that potion pickup. But gonna go do Skull Woods instead, it looks like.
I think she's already been through that area. Could very well be going back to do the current jump again and going over to the...
True. I also didn't know she hadn't picked up her sword yet either, because she hasn't done Hera.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hera would be the next best place for her to do at this point. But I think she's just keeping that in the back of her head for maybe, the expanded Dark World, not expanded Dark World, expanded Death Mountain checks when she get a hookshot or something like that. Or maybe just hoping to find a sword elsewhere, not knowing, obviously not knowing that one is in Hera to let you beat Hera.
Yeah, well, consider Zora has almost certainly some logical progression, but it almost certainly leads us to this East Dark World area, pod and catfish, and with all those pod smalls, pod big, which isn't actually in logic or anything, but with all of that, whatever Zora has probably leads us over here anyway. So Zora could just have the lamp, which would make us just have to do Aga to get here, and then we would just current jump anyway.
She was taking no chances with that Hinox this time and put the cape on. I think that's the only time I've seen catfish spit up a piece of heart and the runner just go, yes, I need that, give me that. Yeah,
still only at 4 hearts for both runners at 43 minutes in. It's pretty unusual. Yeah, and unfortunately, Chelsea is just a little short of the money that she needs for Zora, so she's going to leave it behind as she goes into the pod here. Depending on what that is, may have to come back for it at some point. But for now, it's going to be a pyramid ledge check into to pod, I think. And, you know, she might be thinking, oh, if I, you know, when I get the, there's the hammer.
All right.
So this is probably flippers or lamp. It is the lamp. Okay. So, the seed is saying, oh yeah, by the way, you have to do Aga to get over to the East Dark World.
I see. I see.
And BigDunka is going to do that.
Yeah, I guess Dunka's just saying, you know, to heck with it. This is what the seed is telling me to do. I am going to go do that thing. And I wonder if does Dunka not know the current jump, or just doesn't want to do it and get too far out of logic and, you know, kind of bamboozle his thought processes? It might be something to bring up at our end of race interview, just out of curiosity. You know, it doesn't. These glitches like that, with like the jumps and the hovers and the fancy footworks, are not required, obviously, but they can help and save time. So Chelsea's probably never going to see Aga just because she's able to hop over to that east side of the Dark World and pick up that hammer out of logic, technically.
Yeah, I don't know what BigDunka is capable of, but this could also be the knowledge that you know, he can do the pyramid fairy check, but without the Aga portal or the flippers, it's rather difficult to pull off the series of moves that you need to do and able to get the big bomb over there. So this could be just, I want to check the big bomb, and the best way for me to do it is to complete Aga Tower as intended. Unfortunately, the hammer being right there on Pyramid Ledge means that this, you know, with the current jump, this is very unnecessary. But you know, he doesn't know that.
Oh. Again, this lack of hearts is just totally messing with me. And I think messing with the runners a little bit. They actually have to be careful still, almost 50 minutes into this seed, having to be not as risky as they probably would want to be. BigDunka using that potion before heading into the cutscene here for Agahnim, just to be as safe as possible.
Yeah, Agahnim, not typically dangerous, but when you only have half of heart, you can't make any mistakes with any of the blue balls that he might throw at you. So, makes sense, because you do not want to have to do this all over again.
Oh no. Chelsea also using a potion in the Roper room there in the escape area to find that final 5 rupee chest. She's back over 500 now. See if she decides to head back into Zora. It doesn't seem like she's trying to head back over to the Dark World.
Yeah, she is going to go into the pod here, which is going to have our next set of progression, I do believe. Alright, Dunka takes down Agahnim, and of course did not take any damage. That's just the way it goes when you use a potion.
Oh yeah, totally.
Be safe.
Probably gonna be happy to see that hammer over there and go, ah, okay. I see. This was necessary.
Or it could be saying, I could have current jumped, but oh well. So, alright, going to take the safe play and go check Catfish before going back down to the pod. Okay, so actually going to go ahead and grab that big bomb before we go into pod. See what that is. We did Agahnim largely probably so we could do this, so may as well do it as soon as possible.
Yeah, that was definitely the train of thought that I think he was going for with this. Hopefully it has something to make it all worthwhile.
There is the ice rod in pod here. Not immediately useful, but we might need it. We still don't know if Turtle Rock is our last pendant, or if it is one of the crystals.
I do love when you don't have to do an ice rod hunt. That's always good to see.
Yeah, the steed is pretty rude enough to not also make us look for the ice rod everywhere.
And it's really nothing. Oh well.
Alright, yep, Turtle Rock is in fact a crystal, so that ice rod is a requirement to complete the seed. But luckily it's at a place that's pretty difficult to miss, so. navigating this dark maze with just a boomerang to help guide you. A bit tricky. Chelsea gets it done, gets the heart pieces out of it.
Yeah, tricky and also laggy with all the fireballs and the sparkle bits coming off that red boomerang and everything. Dunka stocking up on some potions. Because, just in case, you never know. You got the little bit of money there.
Alright, so that was Bombo's medallion locked there in the vanilla big key chest and pod. Actually, one more pod small to put that into logic, but that will allow us to open up at least Misery Mire and not do anything because we don't have the hookshot or the boots, so never mind. But eventually we'll be able to go in there with it.
Yeah, it's just one more later fetch quest that doesn't need to be kind of done. No, one more later hunt, because never like a medallion hunt. And Chelsea showing off the potion glitch here. Drink a potion, unlock the camera, walk into the room. You can grab the wall and make the mimics walk off the wall and walk off the screen, and therefore they don't exist anymore. So the door opens. Because we haven't found our second bow yet, but one of our bows is boots locked on the library.
Alright, so yeah, Ice Rod and a couple of medallions is all we're gonna get out of that the pod trip. Everything except for Helma was pulled out of it there. But with that hammer now we can access East Death Mountain and Dark Death Mountain, so plenty of stuff up there to look for, and hopefully it's something that can really help us get somewhere in this seed. Chelsea also will hopefully go into Hera and get her sword finally.
Yeah, I think she was probably waiting for something like that to be able to go up here and get the extra stuff from the mountain. Dunka, I don't think was able to completely pull off the camera unlock there. Couldn't exactly tell what happened there. Maybe a couple pixels off when drinking the potion or something, but had to mirror out and leave and move on instead of being able to go through and get those bow lock chests.
Yeah, you know, the other strategy for doing that is, of course, the mimic clip, but not everyone is very comfortable with doing it. And even if you can do it, it might take you a long time, and you think it's not worth it. So, just going to say nope to it at this point. And you know, once we get the bow and come back here, then he'll probably check those. If we come back here, it is a pendant, so.
Dunka taking a second there after failing the hammer yump and thinking, do I want to heal and try again, or just use the key and go the main way? Luckily, had another fairy, and probably wasn't hoping to use that, but just ran into the fireballs there. All using the key to get her into that room the correct way.
Yeah, doing this is going to, going to have to find the sixth big pod small somewhere to eventually defeat Helmasaur if he so chooses. Although again, as it is a pendant, you can see that being put off for a considerable amount of time. The fairy means that he didn't have to worry about having to decide whether he wanted to also go back and do that dark maze, but nothing in there anyway. Done with the pod. Probably going to follow Chelsea right up to the mountain here.
And Dunka read the pedestal, so knows that isn't pendants aren't required for an item there. So probably isn't too keen on going through and defeating pendant bosses until it becomes absolutely necessary.
Plenty of stuff here to check on the mountain. Can't get anything in Hookshot Cave because we don't have the boots or the hookshot, but Spiral Cave here. Oh, there's a six pod small.
Yeah, I'm sure you're happy seeing that right after you leave the dungeon.
Yeah, it has logical implications, but with Hammer Yump, you only really need the 5 in order to complete everything anyway. So, from Chelsea's perspective, it's extraneous, but does give her information about the logic that everything that Bombo's medallion that she found there is indeed in logic. So, if she can get some way in the mire, the seed could be telling her that's where she has to go.
Turtle Rock also Bombo, so no need for a medallion hunt to find that Quake one.
There are the boots.
Wait, what do you mean boots aren't in GT?
They are not. Well, with the bow that was on the library, we figured it would probably show up at some point. So those boots give us the bow, which will only open one thing up, which is the ability to beat Helmasaur. One of our least enticing choices remaining. Also opens up Bonk Rocks and King's Tube, of course, and this one check here in Hookshot Cave. Oh boy, is the Terra small. All right, Chelsea pulling off a hover here to get to the rest of Hookshot Cave, at least these two chests here. And that hover looked very good. Oh, but Falls would try to set up the bonk to get to the next chest.
I think she's got one more shot at it before not having enough health to try it again. Alright, we got it. Got a nice big key to Turtle Rock there.
Wow. With that big key and the 3 small keys, Chelsea can go and attempt to complete Turtle Rock there. Not logical without the 4th small key, but the only thing you have to skip is the lava chest if you use your keys correctly.
She's at least going to open the dungeon. We'll see if she actually decides to go in and scope a few things out there. And yeah, we are, for those just starting to come in, hello everyone, we are an hour into this Key Sanity Seed. We have green mail, 1 sword, and 5 hearts, and runners are going into Turtle Rock at this point. It's a very non-defensive seed, not really offensive either. We do know where 1 bow is. It's on the library ledge. No sign of hookshot, no sign of flippers. Logic has been all over the place. And I think everybody should give these runners a follow because they are just, trucking along, doing their best in what this seed has thrown at them so far.
Yeah, we saw a 50-minute Cave and Fighter Sword, 4 heart Aga Tower climb. We have seen a lot of fun, low percentage stuff and barely completable dungeons.
Yeah, and speaking of flippers, now that I have summoned them, we found them here in Turtle Rock. So soon, whenever they're done in here, maybe someone will go back over to the Zora area and see what big key is on that ledge there. Especially those chain chomps at, now 6 hearts. That's dangerous. Chelsea falling into the no hookshot trap. Typically when you're doing the Turtle Rock, fire room here, you have hookshot and you can just yeet yourself off the edge and go back to the beginning, but now kind of has to remember how to do the puzzle the quote-unquote intended way by going all the way around and waiting till you're just about to loop back to the start before lighting up those torches. Alright, Chelsea's choosing to nope out. Or not? Okay. Having a second thought and going back in.
Yeah, so Dunka did not hover to get that Turtle Rock big that was in the hookshot cave, so his trip here is going to end with this Mimic Cave check. Chelsea gets got by the chain chomps, so I'll give it another go.
Alright, Duncan doing some fresh checks. Well, Chelsea unfortunately gets bit again by those chain chomps. They do. Is it eight health of damage with green mail, I believe?
4, which is exactly the amount of hearts that she has with each restart.
I don't know why I thought 8 for some reason. They're just that powerful that, you know, they just do yes damage, and I don't want to get bit by them.
Can feel like 8, but
Dunka once again stocking up on potions. Potions and fairies in the bottles has been the name of this seed. Luckily, the runners have gotten 3 of the 4 bottles, you know, already so far. Imagine if there had been like 1 bottle or no bottles yet, and they just had like no safety whatsoever. Oh, that was like saved by the bell with that block coming up. Finally hit that 1 frame of protection.
yeah, that was very, very close, but it's done. She got through it. BigDunka coming back over here to Zora area to pick up that big key that we saw on the ledge here a long time ago. And is it required? It's the big key admire.
Another unfortunate enemy hug for Chelsea. You can do it. You can get through this. This is rough, but you're doing great so far, and I believe in you. Alright, Dunka doing hammer pegs here, and then I'm assuming is going to mirror in front of the library. Yep, hitting the chicken there. I'm assuming is going to mirror in front of the library and pick up with the bow once they pick this up here.
Yeah, and then we'll see where he goes from here. Both Misery Mire and Ice Palace should be full completable. So, not necessarily perhaps in logic because of the key situation, but has big keys to both, has items that he needs. Neither one will be particularly fun with only 6 hearts and green mail, but the seed is pretty much going to make you do it.
That's not the defensive upgrade we need, game. We're looking for, like, mail or hearts or something, not shields.
Alright, so we're to the portion of Turtle Rock that Dunka had to leave behind. So we'll see what Chelsea can find back here while Dunka goes through Ice Palace.
Oh, there is some mail. That is you know, very helpful at this stage.
That blue mail could help tremendously, especially for the coming Hammer Tranix fight.
Right, Chelsea doesn't have lamps, so has to do this maze portion in the dark. I'm just deciding to face tank the fire bars instead of using cape or blue cane to get through there. Let's see what she does with the laser bridge here. Gonna go take the safety door, please? Yes. Chelsea was getting bullied by that mini Helmosaur there, just very rudely pushing her off and down to 1 heart. Even blocked the, I think it blocked that shot from the Samaria block. And I guess all of her hearts have been in Ice Palace because Dunka's health has just like expanded massively since I last looked over at his side of the screen.
Yeah, it looks like it's just been hearts here in Ice Palace. There's a big key to Skull Woods. That's great. We can go back and open that chest.
Chelsea actually doing it. Actually doing the 2-heart Hammer Trinex fight. Took the safety door, so there's that at least. But ooh, man. Definitely need to be paying attention to the tail of Trinax as it wags faster before the main head reaches out to bite you. And on to the second phase. Please don't get hit. While BigDunka has already dropped down into Cold Stare and using that Bombos medallion to super effective damage crack open that cage. And then has to go through spinning it, fire rotting it, getting hit once. Also down to 2 heart. Man, both runners with 2 heart boss battles coming through the other side.
That was a very nice fight by Dunka, but great fight by Chelsea. Didn't take any damage in that Hammer Trinex fight. Got it done. Got that crystal.
Are we doing a second attempt here at getting the final chest in Hookshot Cave with the hover, since we're up here? Yeah, fingers all warmed up from that Trinex fight. See, perfect. Oh, there's our other bow!
What's the other bow?
So that basically means that, you know, silvers, because I'm assuming the seed expected you to get the boots first and then the bow in the library. Silvers, then, this would have turned into, would be locked behind Hookshot, which we still have not found.
Yeah, we can expect BigDunka to get his silvers because that will, once he gets the hookshot and comes back here, whenever that happens to be, that will be the chest before he gets the Turtle Rock Big Key. So even if Turtle Rock Big Key ends up being his go mode, he'll still get that. Alright, so Dunka working his way through Meyer, doing the left side here, which does require 3 small Misery Meyer keys to be in logic, but you may as well do it while you're here.
Yeah, might as well, and if it's not really giving anything else amazing.
Chelsea goes, grabs these silver arrows. That'll make the Vitreous fight a lot easier. Alright, Chelsea gets her potions. This is a scene where you want to go ahead and buy some potions.
Yeah.
And now we'll go ahead and do her trip at Ice Palace. Probably also go ahead and grab that Misery Mire big key on Zora Ledge. And there is the hookshot for BigDunka here in Misery Mire.
Yeah, and Chelsea hasn't actually gotten the Zora item yet, so probably gonna be stopping. There's just enough money to get that, and gonna see that lamp there, and probably go, oh, that's what they wanted me to do.
So I think now for go mode, BigDunka just needs to get some big keys. Needs the big key to Desert Palace. Needs the big key to Thieves Town. Neither of which we know the location of, and then he also needs to get that big key out of Hookshot Cave for Turtle Rock.
So no Ice Palace play from Chelsea yet. I think she's gonna go clear out Skull Woods, or finish off the boss there, rather.
Dunka starting off his vitreous fight with some bombs, soften up a little bit. I think the fighter sword spin damage, take out that bow, start taking some of these eyeballs down. Nice job. Get one arrow left. But Vitreous is dead. It's 4 crystals done for a BigDunka. Machula down on Chelsea's side. That is her 3rd crystal.
Yeah, that was a really good moth. Stayed still, stayed kind of top center area. Didn't get all the way off into the spike world. Chelsea also going to go read Pedestal, as Dunka did about, that was about like 40 minutes ago, I think.
Yeah, somewhere around there. Gonna find the news that we don't need to get the item there, and now he's going to head over to Ice Palace, I believe.
Dunka back dipping into Pod to do the bow-locked section now that he's got a bow. He tried this earlier with the potion glitch, but wasn't able to get that successfully done, so decided to dip and started wasting more potions.
Evan did find that 6th pod small as well, so knows that this is fully in logic, fully completable, and after doing this, could very well just go and beat Helmasaur here, who has a pendant but also has the one item. The nice thing for Chelsea going here through Ice Palace is that it does have quite a few hearts, so she's able to get her heart count up to a more reasonable level finally. help us down and get another map. A lot of bosses are just dropping maps and compasses. As BigDunka has checked the pedestal, knows we don't need that pendant, is going to go ahead and skip that little cutscene. Not even going to grab it. I think BigDunka's going to head to Swamp Palace here, which I think is extraordinarily likely to have at least something that we need. Either the Thieves Town Big, Desert Big, or even another sword.
I really want a sword. I really want a sword. Do you really want a sword?
I'd like a sword, or maybe even two. And been a bit of a meme lately that's there's always a sword in Swamp Palace. Well, very well could be a sword in Swamp Palace.
What if there's two swords in Swamp Palace?
Even better. Our runners deserve it after all they've been through. Finally get some swords here in the Swamp Palace. And right away, there's one of the big keys we need at Thieves Town.
Very good. Swamp already paying off, being amazing. We all love Swamp Palace.
All right, Chelsea's got Cold's third down. Finished up with Ice Palace. Very well be headed to Misery Mire next to finish that off as well.
Alright, she never fake flippered to do Hobo, so quick check there first.
Alright, we're gonna do left side swamp through the first time.
Yeah, it's a you know a meme, as you want to say, that left side swamp is painful, but you're still looking for enough stuff here, and it's key sanity, so you're looking for even more stuff, so you want to do it. Get as many of those item checks done as you can. And you can flood the room here, do a diver down to get that key under the skull pot there and all that jazz, but why not do it the intended way?
Alright, well, we'll be able to take that small key in the Thieves Town and to make sure we're not leaving the Thieves Town big chest behind. That's always a good feeling.
Yeah, always a good feeling. And there's our final bottle of the seed as well as another In case our runners still wanted more safeties, I think we're fine now in terms of heart count, and at least we're on blue mail now. But you never know. Maybe Duncan will take massive hydration into the final dungeon and take 4 potions.
Oh, Big Heat Easter Palace. Not really the one we want to see here.
No, we don't need that one. It's just a pendant. Oh.
Oh, okay. So we do know where all of the go mode items are. BigDunka, though, does not know that the Turtle Rock Big Key that he needs to put himself into go mode is up there on in Hookshot Cave, right next to Turtle Rock. So can expect to see. Well, I mean, I don't know what he's going to do exactly, but I wouldn't be surprised if he went and did Desert Palace and Thieves Town and cleared everything there possible before going up to Dark Death Mountain.
Oh, are we getting menu boss Argus here?
We are indeed.
I don't know if this is faster or more consistent than, pull 2 and then do a spin instead. But, whatever works. Whatever you're trained in, whatever works best for you, as long as you can get the boss's HP down to 0 and come home with your crystal or whatever they drop, then that's perfectly fine. That was like last second there for that final puff, and almost stopped on the mirror there. I got a little nervous seeing that pause on the mirror when trying to switch over to Fire Rod. Like, don't press the button, please.
Alright, so that is Swamp Palace done. It gives us the green pendant. But Swamp Palace did give us 2 big keys that we need to complete the seed for 2 crystal dungeons. So, useful journey through Swamp Palace there. Meanwhile, Chelsea has picked up her hookshot, is working her way back to kill Vitreous.
Alright, another big key. We were just there.
Yeah,
it's a swamp. I bet there's a sword in that big chest.
Very fun to. I mean, there's no getting around that. The Desert Palace was in swamp. The Desert Palace big was in swamp, so there's no way to go and avoid having to think about going back to Swamp Palace to open that big chest. Probably not going to do that though. All right,
Alright,
so
Pyramid Fairy's a thing. Not gonna find anything in here, but now that Chelsea has those 2 crystals, worth checking.
oh boy, a shovel.
Oh boy.
Yeah. All right, so now BigDunka going into Thieves Town. Still do need another sword, as well as that the Turtlerock Big, which we know is in Hookshot Cave. It looks like BigDunka is going to check the Skullwood's big chest here before going into Thieves Town, which makes sense because this is as close as you're going to get again to it. So may as well go and see here if we can get something. Just a small key to Gans Tower, which is at this point rather unnecessary, but now probably heading into Thieves Town.
Chelsea gonna go into her key palace, Swamp Palace. Pick up tons of keys in there.
Oh yeah, magic powder was there in Swamp Palace. Is another thing we could check. Maybe Duncan might do that after he completes Thieves Town here. You can mirror and check Magic Bat.
Yeah, even though it's just a little tiny one-off location, you're here, close enough. Probably not going to come back to this area because, the last dungeon that Duncan has to check and last, section Duncan has to check is all the way up on the mountain. Once you're up there, you're not going to want to come back down. So, last chance for those places if Duncan's looking for, sword and also that last big key.
Well, it looks like Chelsea gets that Thieves Town big and decides, I'm done with Swamp. I got something that will let me complete this crystal dungeon. I'm going to go ahead and do that.
Trying to save, 142 in, probably wondering where, at this point, where your opponent is. It's getting a little late into the seed. You're starting to feel, am I behind or am I winning? And do I want to, increase my gap if I am winning? Or, shrink my gap if I am behind? So taking a chance like that and not just grabbing something is going to let you complete something and you think, oh, well, there's nothing else, I'm going to save a ton of time by not doing the rest of this dungeon.
Yeah, that's really early in Swamp. If you do the whole rest of it, you're taking a lot of time, and there's no guarantee that anything else is going to be in there.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Desert Palace big key, which is necessary, is also in there. So she will need to go back in to get that.
Yeah, and honestly, she might be forced to go right back in after the Thieves Town play because I think she has too much else to do anyway, and it didn't look like there was anything here in Thieves Town that would lead you anywhere else.
And some of those additional heads and fireballs getting in the way of Dunka's script there, but pulling it off very well to get crystal number 6.
Yep, so there's not even a sword here in Thieves Town. Still looking for that second one. Now let's see what BigDunka does. Does he go to Dark Death Mountain? Because, you know, the Turtle Rock Big Key would have to be in Hookshot Cave from his perspective to make it worth to go up there, because it's a long trip just for the 3 items that he left behind in Hookshot Cave.
Right, as expected, hopping into the Magic Bat Cave here, you know, hoping that maybe it's here. Don't have to make a pit stop into Hookshot Cave at this point.
On the other hand, after this, BigDunka doesn't really have a lot left. There's the Swamp Big. You go back to the Swamp Big. There's the Eastern Big and Armos Knights. There's the Harrow Basement. Yeah, not a lot of great options here, but
it's
we'll
a
see.
lot. Like going all the way back to the end of Eastern to finish that wall. It's like, you know, 2 checks being the big chest and the boss itself. That takes a bit to get through all that, you know, all that dungeon. Hey, shovel! We found a shovel. Maybe he'll dig up a sword. But yeah, just a lot of deep one-off checks that are you know, more time-consuming and less amount of items than heading back up to the mountain here.
Yeah, and it looks like he is, in fact, going to go to Eastern Palace.
Eastern Palace. It's easier, I guess, but...
Oh, he can turn in that the green pendant as well, that he got from finishing Swamp Palace. Maybe he'll just do that and not do Eastern. We'll see.
Maybe, we'll see.
I didn't even know there were any more compasses left.
I thought they got them all already. Yeah, no flute, so he's continuing back into Eastern. I mean, like we were saying, once you're up on the mountain, you're up on the mountain. You wanna make Turtle Rock your last possible place. You can just take a hop, skip, and a jump over to Ganon's Tower. Yeah, we are also still technically looking for a sword. Maybe there's a sword back here.
Yeah, it does seem incredibly likely that at least one sword is in Ganon's Tower at this point. But if you do find one, at least once you get into Ganon's Tower, you just need to find the key, and then you can immediately go ahead and start the climb. Could have a very early big key, and then force us to go through the entirety of the Ganon's Tower basement anyway to find that another sword. Oh, well, there's the 4th Turtle Rock key that puts Turtle Rock into full logic. Okay, so Chelsea has done a few more of her one-off checks. Let's see if she goes back to Swamp.
I was a little confused at the mountain flute there. I think that was a misinput. Heading back
It would
to the
appear
middle
so.
area there.
I was thinking, wow, she's going to go to Harrow Basement, but no. Like she either put the wrong flute location in or decided against it, going back to Swamp.
So, chat asking, where is that Turtle Rock Big Key? Turtle Rock Big Key is in Hookshot Cave. Chelsea hovered to get it. BigDunka did not hover. And, you know, Hookshot was pretty late into the seed, I believe in Misery Mire itself. So, it hasn't gone back up there just yet. And Dunka, you know, I think dipping back into Swamp to get that big chest as well before making that final trip up the mountain.
Yeah, and this is, you know, all this extra stuff that BigDunk's doing instead of going to the mountain is helping to allow Chelsea to get back into contact here. Especially if she skips left side swap, goes up to waterfall chest, gets that desert big, and then leaves without beating Argus. She could be, you know, right on there with it because she just need to do Desert Palace, while BigDunka will need to get back into Turtle Rock and complete it. And we know that there isn't anything else in here for her. Not the Eastern Pig didn't lead to a sword. There are no swords in here, so you know, anything that she skips here will be a time save. But Dunka is going up to the mountain. Given the direction that he is going here, I think he might be doing Hera Basement before he goes over to Hookshot Cave.
Alright, Chelsea is not doing left side, went straight up the middle there. And is doing Diver Down to save him even more time here. Alright, moment of truth. Gonna dip. We're gonna dip.
Yeah. I mean, really not worth going to kill Argus to see if Argus has a sword. So, she is just going to go ahead and go beat Desert and then go up to GT and look for the sword there. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, not even checking the big chest in the desert. Just going right for the boss.
Oh yeah, Dunka didn't do Spike Cave either. There's so many little one-off checks that I think after Dunka's like first or second trip to the mountain, probably second trip after getting Hammer, just didn't do while just waiting for that hookshot to come back.
Yeah, I think this is an absolute hard last location for BigDunka in Hookshot Cave. I don't think there's anything else.
Silver Arrow Landmo's very, very quick fight for that shovel. Chelsea knows she doesn't need to check that shovel. I don't think she probably wants a sword, but is not going to make that pit stop to dig up the shovel space, I believe, and just going to head right back up the mountain, because that is 7 crystals.
Yeah. She is going to head up to GT now.
So where today do you want that GT big key?
I want it to be really soon and right next to the sword.
Yeah, I usually say like 18 or so for my key, but I'm gonna say, you know, something early, but also, you know, how about rando room? Last chest in rando room, whatever number that's gonna be. So you're gonna get the maximum amount of like chests in that area to you know, open up through there. Maybe have a decent chance of getting a sword. Dunka did go through and get that Turtle Rock big key and continued through. Again, probably looking for that sword. Getting also the silver arrows. Runner's doing a mere high five, being on the same screen, just in the different world at this point. As Dunka dives into Turtle Rock and is hauling butt to the back end of that dungeon.
Yeah, it's going to be, you know, behind a full run through of Turtle Rock, and you know, we'll see how many chests he decides to open along the way. Still knows he needs that sword. Bunch of stuff in Laser Bridge that we know is nothing, but you know, could have the sword he needs. So we'll see.
A sword! We have a sword!
Yeah, it's just the usual hour 57 minutes for Master Sword.
Yeah, totally typical. We expected this. Oh man, like.
So now once we find that, when we find the GT big key, we can get up to the top of the tower and beat Ganon. So even though Dunka is doing this Trinex fight about an hour after Chelsea did, he's gonna have more hearts, but in terms of offensive equipment, it's exactly the same. He's gonna have to use the hammer.
That's amazing to think about. Another sword in random room and the big key. I was right. I wasn't the last chest, but I was right.
Yeah, and actually, I think we see basically everything elsewhere. I think that the third sword that we need, the gold sword here, is probably in GT as well. I'm pretty sure the three remaining swords are here in GT. So nice that Chelsea was able to find two of them. Get the tempered sword, just for the end of this game here.
I lost count of the numbers in my sword excitement there, but if you guessed whatever number that was, congratulations, you did it.
Alright, so there's the Sepulchre Crystal on Dunka's side. He's going to need to get over and get those swords, get the key, to follow Chelsey, but Chelsey has a good couple minutes lead here, going into the gauntlet.
I think the enemies were playing real nice in the gauntlet there. Made it pretty simple, heading into Landmo 2, getting into position for some silver arrows right in their faces. Alright, so yes, key, including the torch area, would have been at 11 then. So if you guessed 11, congratulations. If you didn't guess 11, but you came close, congratulations. Honestly, with this seed, I don't think anyone's a winner, because it's been pretty painful. Unless you've been entertained. Have you all been entertained? Norse Matty, have you been entertained this seed?
I have been entertained, although I am very much glad that this was not a seed that I got for one of my races.
Chelsey already at Moldorm 2. Probably very happy she doesn't need to hammer this and can just poke it with the sword a couple times.
Yeah, Moldorm 2 taken care of with ease. Just got Aga 2, and then the Ganon fight with the tempered sword, red mail, silver arrows, a couple potions. After everything, at least the Ganon fight should be relatively comfy. Alright, Dunka's got the big key, going to head up. Aga 2 down, Chelsey side, ready to drop in again.
Beautiful fight. Chelsey a little low on arrows, but as long as she doesn't miss any shots, you only need 4 hits for Ganon. Luckily doesn't have to do any fancy spin shenanigans to get the big pig into his last phase. Because we did luckily find 2 swords there. Phase 2 has started. Good positioning. Also, very good teleport so far. I jinxed it. I jinxed it. There we go. That
is 3.
Yeah, being really careful on that one. Could have tried for a triple, but that probably would have bounced off at the end there. So just doing the 2 shots, waiting for the last teleport, and get your GGs in chat once Chelsea crosses the final bridge into the last door of the game. She will be finishing the seed.
Yep. Chelsea completes and wins this match with a official race time of 2 hours, 4 minutes, and 56 seconds. Dunka is coming up right behind here. Just working his way up the remainder of the tower. So we'll see if we can get Chelsea to join us here in the booth for the post-game interview.
That was another great Agahnim fight. I like the Agahnim fights where I can just like see them jump in and then I blink and Aghanims down. So I'm like, yeah, then the math worked out then.
So, BigDunka dropping in to finish the seat off for himself, get this Ganon down. All right, that is Ganon down for BigDunka. It's GG's in chat for him. He's going to cross the bridge with official time of 2 hours, 8 minutes, and 51 seconds.
All right, go ahead and bring our runners in here for our lovely post-race interview.
All right, yep, we are joined both by ChelseyxLynn and BigDunka. GG's to both of you.
GG's, wow.
I'm so confused. I'm so, I mean, I understand, but I'm so sorry, Dunka. I did not deserve that.
No, it's rando. It's what it is.
Oh yeah, it definitely is. I have never died in so many weird ways. in the beginning. Like the first 30 minutes, I thought I was just gonna end everything. It was that forfeit button was so close to getting pressed.
Considering
Not really,
the amount of hearts and no sword and green mail, by amount of hearts I mean no hearts, because you're all at like 4 hearts
you're
for
at
like 40 minutes or so.
Yeah, I think I finally got my 5th heart around like 45 minutes.
Yeah,
I was
considering
like, huh, that's not normal.
Considering how much the seed wanted you to die, I can totally understand just wanting to go, no, I don't want to play your games. But, you pushed through. There were a lot of just... The chain chomps really hated you today.
Oh my god, I'm usually really good at that
you today. But, I really think it was that, that early, that kern jump and that hover in hookshot
100%.
just kind of skewed it in your favor.
Yeah,
and
I can totally see that.
Yeah, kind of pulled it enough ahead in the backside that having that, you had that extra little bit where you were able to skip certain bits and make those gambles at the end to not fully do swamp and etc. to, just hope that GT had those swords that you needed and to finish it off there and not
Oh, I know this game. I knew GT had those swords. Oh, I knew. I was all like, if I'm going this long, I went that long without my first sword, and I'm going this long without any other sword. They're all in GT. I don't know where that 4th one is. I'm assuming it was probably in GT. If Dunka did everything else, it's in GT. So yeah, I feel very undeserving. I'll be completely honest. My execution was not ideal for my own standards. So I feel very weird about this win. I'll be completely honest. But I mean, I don't know. Chaos group now, I guess. I don't even know what does this do? What have I done?
According to tournament expert Willer J. Bradley in chat, it says it's up to wall kicks now. This group could have a 4-way tie at 3-3.
Okay, so I need to beat Wally, I think, if I'm understanding correctly. I need to beat Wally to have 3-3-3 or 3-3, whatever, all the threes. And then what? What happens then? What do we do?
I would defer to the admins. I don't know.
What do we do?
Everyone needs to go meet behind the Denny's parking lot at the dumpster and fight it out in Yu-Gi-Oh or something.
My heart can't take this. I'm backing out. We're done. I genuinely, after I hit that little .done button, I thought I was having a heart attack. I had to get up and stretch, and my hands were tingly. I don't know. That's probably not normal. So
how much coffee have you had today? And maybe you should cut back for a couple days.
2.
Okay, only 2. That's okay.
Only 2.
Only 2. Okay.
But yeah, this was insane. I'm shocked. I really am. But I appreciate Dunka for being amazing as always, and yeah, I don't know what else to say.
I got nothing.
That was a very well done full clear, BigDunka. Unfortunately, I understand not going up to do the hookshot cave when it's just the TR big that you need to find.
Yeah, I mean, I made that decision long before, because if I decide to go up and do that, I got to full clear everything else up there, and then I'm going back down, and I'm clearing everything on the ground, and then going back up. So, yeah, I made that decision long before. It's like, I'll full clear the ground and then head back up whenever. So
yeah. If I was in that position, I'd do the exact same thing.
Yeah, I would make that decision again. It's fine.
It is a good decision. It is arguably the good decision. The kern jump and hover really saved my butt here, which does not happen all the time. Don't do that. If anyone's watching and listening, don't do that. Don't do what I did today.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. Thank you for everything.
No, thank you for putting on this wonderful show for us and doing. I think it's. I saw you both complaining in the race chat at the start when Keysanity was pulled again, and you're just like, not again.
I don't mind Key Sanity. I think it's... I'll be honest, it was probably the one that I was... one of the ones that I was least dreading. Obviously, hard mode I would want. Boss Sanity would have been fine. Anything, I just don't want inverted Key Sanity. That's the only one I don't really want. So, I was cool with Key Sanity. I just knew Dunka didn't want it, so I felt bad. I'm never rolling a seed again. That's the decision here. I've won the 2 seeds I've rolled. I'm done.
All right. Well, any final thoughts from either of you, Chelsey or BigDunka?
No, I'm good. Thank you for everything. Thank you for commentating and restreaming and tracking and all that good stuff. I really, really appreciate it.
Yep, I got nothing. Appreciate it, guys.
All right. Well, thanks both of you for sticking it out and doing this for over 2 hours. Thanks to Karaoke for joining me in the booth. Go ahead and give her a follow. As well as thanks to Scott G239, our tracker. Thank you very much for pushing all these buttons, keeping track of all the keys and items. You did a great job. Yeah, thanks to everyone for listening. Karaoke, I will let you have the final word here.
Oh my. Well, thank you all to both our runners, everyone watching in the chat, our tracker, Norse Maddie for commentating with me. And yeah, for everyone turning out and watching this amazing, very hard, almost low % seed that we had to deal with here. And currently on the docket for the rest of today, there is, I believe, currently possibly a run still going on ALTTP Randomizer. And then later today, 7:10 p.m. Eastern, so that's about a little under 3 hours from now, we got Alex Jazz 2 versus McMonkey over on SpeedGaming main channel. And then, of course, there are tons and tons of bracket matches going on all over the place. So keep your eyes open on the SpeedGaming family of channels and also the ALTTP Randomizer family of channels to catch as many matches as we are able to restream during this tournament. And you can keep track of everything that's going on. And thank you all for watching and have a great rest of your Sunday.